the distance, the storm's closing in, the pressure collapsing, bright skies become dim. There's sand all around me, give memories new life. Knots that have loosened, still tangled inside. Ominous clouds, no sun in the sky. Is this a metaphor for my tragic demise?
All right, guys, so I'm going to go through this quick. Eagles win preseason against in week 2 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 24-10. A lot of good things happened in this game. I saw a lot more today than I did last week. Okay, let's start off with Cody Kessler that went out with a concussion, not even the 5th play of the game. And the offensive line was supposed to slide protect to the left, and that didn't happen. Andre Dillard, the left tackle, the first-round pick, didn't get hit the right man, and that man was free, and that man hit Cody Kessler, which tackled him, and then he went to the ground, hit his head on the turf, and then he went up to do another play, and then the referee stopped it. He went to the tent, and then he was out with concussion. Then Clayton Thorson comes in, and we're all like, please do something. And honestly, Clayton Thorson, he didn't have 100% of the most accurate throws tonight, but he did a pretty good job tonight. Did a very good job tonight. For what we ask of him to be a 4th string right now, that's, you know what I mean, coming in and learning and doing his thing with this offense. He did a good job, and we really can't complain because we know he's not that good. So we have to give him some props on today. Had a shit ton of reps, okay? He played a full game of football today. So got to be happy for that. And, so we'll keep him monitored, keep Cody Kessler monitored with the concussion. Hopefully he can play next week. I would think so, but we'll see. The starting defensive line, you had Brandon Graham, you had Malik Jackson, you had Vinny Curry. You had those 3 guys, and this is not even with Fletcher Cox right now, okay? I just want to talk about the beginning of the game, and those guys put pressure. Malik Jackson overtaking guards, Brandon Graham getting around the tackles like it was nothing. Vinny Curry was in the backfield disrupting like crazy. Would have had a sack. Vinny Curry would have had a sack, but he threw the ball as he was going down. But those guys right there, this is without Fletcher Cox in the middle next to Malik Jackson. This is without him even there. Okay, and like I said, there was going to be some starters playing today, but holy shit, dude, those guys did a really good job pressuring. I know it's not the starting Jaguars offensive line, but that pressure was there, man. That was scary just seeing that. And that's not even with Fletcher Cox. I got to say it for the 10th millionth time. So I was very impressed with that group. So just can't wait until you get Fletcher Cox in there with all that depth behind it. This defensive line is going to be monstrous. Trayvon Hester was the other tackle, if I remember. He was getting double teamed. They were double teaming Trayvon. They were double teaming Trayvon Hester. They weren't even double teaming Malik Jackson. They were double teaming pretty much the wrong guy at defensive tackle. Linebacker Zach Brown had a tackle in the backfield. Really saw he just came up and boom, hit that running back. That running back that had no front. He literally drove him back right into the ground, which was great. So it was nice to see him make a tackle in the backfield. Offensive tackle Matt Pryor, still getting penalties. Still screwing up as usual. He just can't stay on point. He's offside. He's holding. Not even holding. He's mostly just going offside. Running back Jordan Howard had a really nice run. He had an 18-yard run. And then what was really cool today, not even just the 18-yard run when the blocking was great with this backup offensive line, when it was 3rd and 1 and Jordan Howard just had to run. I mean, it looked so easy. This offense that we have, especially with our starters not even in the game, and these 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, Jordan Howard is going to get an automatic first down by the way he just runs and how much of a bull rusher he is. It looked so easy on the field today, so was very happy to see him just pummeling through that line, being that bruiser back that he is, and he just makes it look too easy. Sidney Jones didn't have the best day, didn't have the worst day either, okay? He had some good coverage at some points, but he got beaten twice. He got beaten twice today on a little go route, and I think a little bit of like a post route, something like that. So he got beat twice. I'm not really going to say much more about it, but I just saw him get beat twice today from the time he was in. Marcus Michelle had, a catch today. I think he only caught one ball. It was a wide receiver screen pass for 12 yards. So nice that Marcus Michelle. And it's great because when I saw him catch the football, he's got a lot of, he's got pretty good vision going upfield, following his blockers, going around blockers, and when they're helping out. Well, Greg Ward had his first touchdown of the preseason, which was very nice to see. Clayton Thorson threw a ball right on the money, right into the top. Like he threw the money right to almost the top of his helmet, where he can like grab the ball right past the defender and ran, faked one guy out, ran around another guy, and got a touchdown. So I was really happy for Greg Ward. He's been working his butt off to be here. He was in the AAF, and before that he was with us and on other teams. So he's working his ass off. He can play inside, outside. Not the fastest guy in the world, but the guy works really hard at receiver. Daeshon Hall, defensive end. Another big day for Daeshon Hall. He had a sack, he had a strip sack, and he had at least and the pressure. He had at least another 4 or 5 pressures in the game. Daeshon Hall is looking pretty damn promising right now. This is the second, and he had even a better night tonight. Okay, he had a sack and 6 tackles last week. I forgot what he had. 2 sacks, 6 tackles. I forgot what he had, but he had a sack today, a strip sack that Nate Gary recovered, and he was getting pressure all day, and he was tackling the running back behind the line of scrimmage. He was doing such a good job today. Daeshon Hall is a name we have to look out for, especially seeing it the second time. I said, let's see what he does this week, because last week, let's just see what happens, because you never really know what these guys, if it's just a one game wonder where he just got lucky for a few plays. But looks like he can get pressure. He can get in the backfield. Is he starter material? Hell no. Is he a good rotational guy? Oh, yes. The undrafted linebacker, TJ Edwards, made a few good tackles behind the line of scrimmage or on the line of scrimmage. I saw him made a few tackles. I think he's number 57. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. But, another guy that, if you want to keep a guy depth at linebacker, you keep a guy like TJ Edwards. He's looking pretty good. It looks good on special teams, and looks pretty good at linebacker right now. I'm not saying he's a star or anything, but he's contributing. He's getting tackles. He's in the right spot at the right time. So we'll just see down the road for at least one more game, see how he does. Well, Sharif Miller got his first sack today. Another defensive end making another play. And can't really complain, because that's what I wanted to see. I didn't see Josh Sweat at all today, I don't think, unless it was hard watching this game because of the Jaguars, and it was their channel thing going on where I was watching it. So unfortunately, I saw Sharif Miller. I saw Sharif Miller get a sack, and that was great. I mean, he just beat that tackle, went over him, and just grabbed the quarterback and just brought him to the ground. And this is pretty good. I'm not saying he had 3-4 sacks, but hey, at least he's beating a guy. He's beating a second to third string offensive lineman to get in the backfield and being disruptive. I can't really complain about that at all. So another week, we'll see what Sharif Miller does. Boston Scott at running back. Like I said, guys, if someone gets hurt this year at running back, because Boston Scott will be the kick returner of the Philadelphia Eagles, and Boston Scott will be that running back on the shelf if needed, okay? And he looked really good. Boston Scott had a carries. I think it was like the second or the early third quarter. I forgot what quarter it was. They gave him they just kept feeding him the ball, and he was getting really good yards. He was averaging about, at least 6 to 11 yards every time he carried the football. I think there was one time he only got 2 yards, but he's really quick. He's got that. He's 5'6". He's same height as Darren Sproles. He's got that speed. His vision is pretty good too. So Boston Scott, like I said, you need another running back on the shelf. You have Boston Scott just in case, so you don't have to go out and sign anybody. You could just put him. He's already dressed up for kick returning, so you dress him up for put him out as a running back if needed. And I saw a lot of good things from him, so it's really nice to see him go upfield and get some yards and do some good things. So we all got to see it, and Miles Sanders is showing his skill set with his high jump cut ability on a 12-yard run, and then had another nice run up the middle. And not even that, but when he's getting tackled, he's bringing guys down with him. He's being very physical at the end of a run, which is awesome. And this guy is going to be special in this lineup with the other running backs. This is going to be so amazing. I'm just so glad that he played today. I was hoping to God they weren't sitting him today. And I have a feeling that he can always make that first guy miss, but you know what? Just, you don't know. His vision is great, and he knows when to cut, and he just knows how to use his feet so well, running with the football upfield. I mean, just so amazing. So I cannot wait until we get to see the full effect with him in the running back rotation this year, starting week 1 of the season. I can't wait. Other than that, guys, Jake Elliott, the kicker, did pretty good. I think he kicked a 53-yarder down the middle on the money, so it was perfect as usual from far away. But other than that, guys, that's really all I could really see in this game. Jordan Mailata did an okay job. He didn't do great tonight. He was another. I think he did better last week than he did this game. I mean, he went off sides a little bit too. The whole offensive line was just not. They went off sides. The holding calls. It just got really bad at some point later the game. But Andre Dillard, other than not protecting and getting that tackle on Cody Kessler, Dillard held his blocks. Mailata held his blocks. Big V had a couple penalties. So. Not a bad group, not a bad thing. These are great plug-in guys if you have to put them in. And you know what? Due time, these guys will get better. Andre Dillard is going to be a beast. Big V is working towards being a guard. And you know what? He could always be a swinging tackle. And Jordan Mailata, the big rugby star at 6'8", 350. He held his blocks today. He did. But he got beat on some occasions. So, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some with him, and that's just how it is. But it was very hard to watch this game today because they weren't, it wasn't from the Eagles' perspective since the Jags were home, and I was watching it on Game Pass, so everything was from the Jacksonville Jaguars' perspective. And it was hard. I had to really look and see who was doing this and who was doing that. Like Chad Johnson, the wide receiver, he got a lot of targets today. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's another guy that got a first down pass. He went on a go route, and Thorson tried to get him, but unfortunately, I think the corner held his hand a little bit when he went downfield, so he would stay with him. That should have probably been a penalty, but of course they're not going to call it. But he came back, made some plays. Mac Hollins had one catch today. That's about it. Nothing crazy with him. And other than that, that's really it. So it was really hard to take notes because, usually when you look at the Eagles' perspective, these freaking guys that do the Jaguars games, they didn't know. They said Shelton Gibson's name. They said Blake Countess's name. I'm like, dude, they're not even on the fucking team, and they're saying their name. Oh, Blake Countess made the play. I'm like, that's not Blake Countess. That's Shelton, some safety named Shelton. I don't even know who the hell he is. But these reporters don't even know. Like, they just know their team. They don't know the other team. Like, they get paid to, do the whole thing. But it is what it is. But I tried my best with what I saw today. But so far, defensive end looks good. Defensive line looks good. Running backs, Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, especially getting more reps where he can actually, I want to see what he could do when he passes the line of scrimmage, see what he does. That was good. Didn't see much from Jonathan Cyprin. And these corners really didn't play that much. Like, the starting corners only played a series or two, and then that was it. Then he had McKinnon in and some other guys. So at this point, Malcolm Jenkins played. He actually made a couple tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Which I was surprised Jenkins was even playing. I was very surprised. But other than that, guys, that's really it. So I'm going to do a little bit of editing with this video. I'm not going to go crazy with it tonight. It's really late. I have to go wake up for work tomorrow. So other than that, that's what I saw today. So this was a very, very good day. I was very happy with what I saw today. So get ready for next week. Dress rehearsal game. Baltimore Ravens. Joint practices Monday and Tuesday at 1:30. It's going to be a 1:30 practice. So get prepared for that. And other than that, guys, that's really it. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought. I want to hear what you guys have thought. If I missed anything, please let me know. But I can only do so much of what I can see with my own two eyes. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly, let's fly.